Yo, look at how much snow is on my balcony. Like, you can see the chair, like, right there. Oops. It's like 3 feet high. Yo, what's up, guys? It's Lucas here today, and I'm back with another bucket list video. And today, I'll be showing you guys how I cook my salmon, which is like my favorite dish to cook. So I've always wanted to make a cooking video or like a cooking tutorial video of something that I like to make. And so I guess this is me showing you guys how I cook my salmon, and it's on my bucket list. So looks like we get across one thing off this year. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to try this recipe out at home, go ahead and go for it. If you guys do make it, please let me know how you guys like it and comment below what you guys think about it, alright? Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what I use for my salmon recipe, and it's not too much, it's not too many things, but it's mainly just vegetables. So first I have this, I think it's called pek pao, I don't know what it's, I think that's what it's called. And then here I have scallions or onions, and then here I have cilantro, and then here I have ginger, and then lemongrass, lime, and then this is probably like the main thing, and it's Weber New Orleans Cajun seasoning, and you could get this from like Cup Foods or somewhere, anywhere. It should be in like the seasoning aisle. And most importantly, the salmon. I get my salmon from Cup Foods with the skin on. I like the skin, and it's probably like the best part about the salmon. Alright, so first step, wash your vegetables, and I did that already. Step 2, wash the salmon and scale it, and I did that already. But so now I cut the salmon into like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, like 4 pieces. And then I just put it back in the bowl, or in a bowl. And then now I use the Cajun seasoning, which you can find at Cup Foods, or probably anywhere. So I like to give like a generous amount. I'll show you guys when I'm done pouring. Alright, so when I put the Cajun seasoning, I like to give it a lot. So I put about like, I don't know, just cover about everything, skin side too, and I mix it up. Alright, and then now for the vegetables. The onions, I like to cut it big just because I don't really like to eat it. So I don't know, I say like an inch or 2. So I cut the onions about like an inch or 2 or an inch, but you know, it's really up to you. It's like a personal preference kind of thing, but I like mine big. For the cilantro, I like to cut it kind of small. So if it comes like this, I like to fold it in half and just cut it small. And then I put it back in the bowl. And for the lemongrass, I cut the bottom off because the bottom's pretty hard. Throw it in the trash. From here, I cut it vertically just so that I could get like big chunks. So like I would cut it in half first. and then I'll probably like cut it in half horizontally. From here, I would just keep cutting it in half till I get like, I don't know, a couple pieces. So here I have about like, I don't know, 8 pieces, maybe more, but you know, just enough for a flavor. And then the ginger, I like to cut it big, just because I don't really eat it either. I just want it for flavor. Probably cut it in half first, and then just cut chunks about like that. Again, it's all like personal preference, so whatever you guys like. So I have about a few chunks here. Throw it back in the bowl. The onion, the lime. So for the lime, I cut the lime in half, and then I cut it into quarters. Depending on how much salmon I have, I use about maybe a quarter to a half, and then I squeeze it over the salmon just for flavor. I think a quarter might be enough. So and then I'll save this for later because I'm gonna use it again. Alright, then now for the stove. I'm just using like a regular skillet pan. I think that's what it's called. You know, just use whatever you guys have. Any pan should work. You know, so for me, I like using extra virgin olive oil. So I just put a little bit in. Oops. Just put a little in so that the skin won't stick to the pan. And then for the heat, I like to put it on medium, maybe a little higher than medium, just so that the salmon can cook slowly. Alright, so when you have the pan ready, I use a tong, maybe a spatula too, and then I let the oil, or I let the pan heat up for a bit. And then I'll put the salmon in. Look how beautiful that is. So I put the skin side down first. Sounds good already. Alright, so a good way to cook salmon is to have a cover, and that essentially steams it, I think, but I mean, I don't know what it does, but I think it cooks better if you put a cover on. So I cover it for a little bit, and then I would add the ginger and lemongrass together. So I'm gonna just toss everything together. And then I add like a little bit of water, about like this much. I just add this first and then cover it right after. The water helps you get the flavor from the lemongrass and the ginger, and it also helps it cook once you cover it. So I'm gonna cover it again for like a few minutes or a few seconds. Alright, so it's been about like 45 seconds now. I know that's pretty short, but I don't know. Let's check out the salmon for now. So if you have like water on your, what is this called? Lid, whatever. I like to pour the water back in just so that I can get some more water in. I like to check, see if the skin side is good or not. See, like, the trick to adding water, you don't burn the skin easily. So like right now it's like pretty good. I'll cook it like a little bit longer just so that it's like a little crispy. So in about like a minute or two, I'll start flipping it So right now, this is how it looks. Can you guys smell it? Alright, so right now, I'm gonna flip the salmon over to the other side so that it can cook on the other side. Look how beautiful that looks. Okay, and then now I'm going to add like a little bit more water. Just so that this side could, the other side, the non-skin side could cook too. So if you see the skin isn't really burnt, it's more like crispy and brown. So now I'm going to cover the pan back up and let it cook for a little bit. Next I'm going to add the onions. So just sprinkle it around. Smells good, guys. So now we just cover it back up and then let it cook for a little longer. So some of you are probably wondering how I know when the salmon's ready. For me, I like to just break it open. So like, I don't know, I find like the thickest piece that I have. So I'll probably say like, this is the thickest piece. So there's like a little line where the vein goes, I think. So you can easily break that. This little line right here. I'll break that open to check to see if it's ready or not. Sometimes I'll flip the salmon on the side too so that it can cook on the side. So I'll use each salmon piece to hold one another. So just like that. So shout out to Gordon Ramsay because I learned that from him. So I think the salmon is done. So I'm going to sit you guys down and I'm going to show you guys how I put it on the plate, alright? Alright, so for me, I like putting the skin side down. So you know, I'll just put it down and just put like a few down. Maybe I should leave this one. So I'll put a few down. Skin side down. And then I like to put one like horizontal or like opposite direction, and then you know, just lay one on top of each other like that. And for the vegetables in here, just grab it, pour it on top. Grab the juice too. And then, you know, if the vegetables are too clumped up together, you just spread it around like that. Make it look nice. Now I add the peg pao. So I just leave the leaves on. And just throw some on, just so that we can get a little freshness in there, you know. Okay, now I just add like a little bit of cilantro, just sprinkle it over. Since I didn't use the quarter of the lemon, I'll cut it in half again. Okay, so now I have 2 halves, which is 1/4. I'll just throw it like on the side, you know, just for looks. Right, guys, the salmon is done. Hopefully you guys were able to follow along and Hopefully I was able to explain things good. But yeah, here's my salmon recipe. This is how I would platter my salmon. Feel free to do whatever you guys want. You know, just be creative. This is why I like cooking, because I can be creative and, you know, experiment and try whatever's on my mind. Alright, so hopefully you guys were able to follow along, and I'm sorry if I wasn't explaining things in detail. If you guys know me, I'm not like a very good teacher or very good at explaining things. If you guys have any questions, comment below and I'll be happy to answer them. Feel free to try out my recipe. Tell me what you guys think about it. Tell me if you guys added anything to make it even better. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. And before I do that, alright guys, so before I end the video, of course I have to cross something off my bucket list. And that is make a dish / food / recipe video. So I'm gonna cross it off right now. Number 38. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what I'm gonna do, because, you know, just like this one, it just came spontaneously. I just, you know, woke up one day and I was like, I'm gonna cook today. So, you know, we'll see what the next video is. I kind of don't like planning a video. I kind of like just doing it, you know, like spontaneously, because I guess that's one thing about experiences, you know. Of course you could plan an experience, but I feel like it's greater when you just spontaneously do it, you know. Like, you just wake up one day and go like, oh, I'm gonna go do this. Once you do it, you'd be like, oh, it's a good thing that I woke up and decided to do this today. I don't know, I don't know. That's just me personally, but yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.